Hey everybody, KC here. So there's a new ebook out from 8451, always a great source of intelligence and insights that looks at some of the consumer motivations behind what they're calling the food at home, FAH trend. I have to say, I kind of find that a little bit of funny that they come up with a name for this trend. I always just thought of it as, I don't know, you feed yourself, you feed your family. That's what it's all about. This is my favorite room of the house. I can't imagine it any other way. Anyway, it used to be that people would eat at home and make their own meals, and that was the regular way of doing things. And then restaurants were saved for special occasions. And then that all sort of switched. And restaurants, whether it's fast food, fast casual, whatever it happened to be, that became the regular option, whether you're going to eat there or do takeout, bring it home. And the idea of going and the idea of eating at home, preparing an actual meal, that was saved for special occasions. I never completely understood that. But now, according to the 8451 report, that's sort of changing back a little bit. There's a kind of moderation taking place. But clearly, one of the things that's happened is that restaurants don't have the same kind of market share of stomach that they used to have. Now, there are some takeaways from the 8451 report. One, shoppers want to prepare more meals at home, but they need help planning their meals and overcoming time constraints. Two, convenience is king. There's a growing market demand for healthy, easy to prepare lunch kits. Three, social media platforms serve as a key source for recipe ideas and cooking tips. And four, socializing and lack of time drive most eating out decisions. Those are all things that a really good food retailer can deal with, that they can engage with their customers over. Now, I'll put a link to the ebook so you can download it in the text box for this commentary. But it's interesting, during the pandemic, when basically restaurants, their market share was cratering because nobody was going to restaurants. That was a great time for supermarkets, right? They really dominated the whole food business. But one of the things I said a lot during the pandemic in this space was, hey, listen, supermarkets can't take that for granted. At some point, the pandemic will end. People will go back to restaurants. Restaurants will have to market themselves really, really aggressively to gain back that market share. And if that supermarkets wanted to keep any part of it, they were going to have to be both ambitious and aggressive in doing so. Restaurants they couldn't do things the same old way. They had to continue being aggressive and ambitious. And to a certain extent, that has happened. Okay, restaurants are coming back. Some of the magic is gone from it, but certainly people have started using restaurants a lot more than they were just a few years ago. But the message, from my point of view, stays the same. Food stores, retail supermarkets have to focus on food. They have to be really engaged in the whole notion of food. They have to fight back ambitiously and aggressively. They have to find new meals, new cuisines, if you will, new approaches to food. They have to make sure that when a customer walks into the supermarket, there are all sorts of great aromas out there that instantly make them hungry, instantly make them curious. They can engage in what supermarkets traditionally have done very often, which is lowest common denominator approach to food, especially prepared food. They have to be better than that. And listen, one of the things you do is if you reach high, you engage with your customer about that, and you invite them to come along with you on the trip. If you do that, man, I think there's nothing but good things ahead of you. But if you don't do any of those things, now, don't be surprised if somebody else comes along and steals your customer and steals your market share. Because food, boy, especially in this business, that is the magic thing. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.